Well, it's like they said, third time really is a charm. Not so charming for Jake now, was it? And to make things worse, some fellow professional fighters really said, hold up, let us weigh in. But before that, let's have a moment of silence as Paul lost his unbeaten status with Fury, outboxing him over the course of 8 rounds to win a split decision.
Tommy TNT.
2 judges gave the bout to Fury with scores of 76-73, while 1 judge gave Fury the win with a 75-74 score. The cruiserweight bout in Saudi Arabia ended with Paul knocking down Fury in the 8th and final round.
In the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia.
He had some really good rounds.
Which sadly wasn't enough to overcome the Brits' greater output in striking. Like if you go and watch the first highlight that pops up on YouTube, man, Tommy really walked the walk. Wait a darn minute, that's KSI's line. Let's see what he and others have to say about the fight. And you would expect, he didn't just post 1 tweet, his most recent one was him plugging his hydration drink, saying that Jake lost because he doesn't drink Prime. Well, Mr. Knowledge, you may be right, but the tweet that caught the most attention was where he said he would destroy both Jake and Tommy.
They both start off strong. Continues to pursue Tommy Fury. But back comes Fury, right hand to the body.
But there was an ex-opponent of Jake who immediately jumped to his defense. The guy who is now Jake's boy, Tyron Woodley. He said that KSI shouldn't be saying such things when he himself fears taking risks. He pointed out the fact that JJ would rather fight 2 lame fighters, but won't take on a big fighter. Adding to this tweet, Tyron also said that KSI can't even take Dylan, so he ends up taking on people like FaZe Temper. Tyron gives KSI a call out for May 12th. Let's see how that goes. But for real, this guy JJ, man, he's funny. I think he hasn't slept since the fight. His troll went to the extent that he called the streamer Kai Cenat's phone just so he could laugh at Jake. Moving on, Logan Paul tweeted before the fight that he'd put money on Jake winning, but literally an hour later he tweeted, alright, who wants it? Damn, Jakey, what have you done?
Because Tommy has his hands down, what I really want to see, I don't know if they'll give it to us, is where the point was deducted. I just want to say...
Anyway, other fighters from other organizations, like the UFC's Jake Hadley, just complimented the fighters and tweeted that it was a close one. Was it though? Another UFC fighter, Josh Emmett, already predicted the decision that Fury was gonna win by unanimous decision. And guess what? He did! Anywho, the flyweight UFC fighter Cody Durden thinks that the fight was too good and he can't predict who won. Alan Jobon said that even though Jake got a knockdown, the round clearly had Tommy's name written on it. But I'm not gonna lie, I agree with Terrence McKinney, because the outcome of this fight will upset a lot of fans, according to him. But he gave his respects to Jake, saying that the kid from Ohio has got one hell of a chin.
I don't disagree with what you're saying, but we need to see a separation, and that's what we may be seeing now. We need to see...
All of these comments, some praising, some not. The Brazilian fighter Johnny Walker thinks that even though the fight was fun to watch, none of the fighters should be rated anything above amateurs. And did you hear? The script was fraudulent. Yep, that's right. Tommy was going to take a dive, according to the entire script that was leaked before the fight, according to Adrian Yanez. Well, he did, but again, it didn't matter. Easy W. But anyway, Derek Burnson predicted a rematch, and boom, Jake called for it as per their agreement. But hey, I'm not gonna lie, they gave it to the right guy. It was well deserved. And even though the script was a false call, Michael Chiesa claimed that he was right, and it intended to fix to make the best out of the bettings. He added that it was one perfectly executed fight, as the script was in code to do exactly the opposite of what was written. Yikes. Well, at least it was fun. And according to Aljamain Sterling, the fight which proves that Jake has got a big room for improvement. All in all, he made a nice bag though. But you have to give it to Jake, man. Look how far he's come. But let's take a step back. Tommy really silenced all the haters. Many big names had previously called it a win for the problem child. One of them was Mike Tyson. He said that he's never really given any thought to Tommy Fury and his skills, but knowing Jake well enough, he said that Paul was gonna win without a doubt. He also said that one of them was getting put to sleep and will have to lose their 0, and Tommy was going to be the one. Mike also said that Jake was getting good day by day. Well, not good enough, I guess. Another one who had Jake's back was none other than Derek Chisora. Just during the weigh-in, Derek stated that Jake appeared to be the favorite. As a result, all the odds are in his favor, though a week back, they were all in for Tommy. Derek said that he had a hunch that Tommy was gonna end up with the W, but fans kept changing his mind. Now, the owner of DAZN also previously had Jake as a favorite, but Eddie Hearn made an abrupt U-turn. He said that he has completely changed his mind about the fight. He added that he used to think that Paul would prevail in this bout, but he changed his mind even though Tommy was the underdog before the fight. He said that he doesn't think Jake even stands a slight chance. Damn, he was right when he said it was gonna go the full 8 rounds. Another one who was against the reality TV star, Devin Haney, said that although Jake has faced several past MMA champions, Fury has experience because it runs in his family and he comes from a fighting background. He believed the fight was gonna be close, which it was, but he had his money on Jake. Poor guy, lost his money. Coming to Josh Taylor, who said that Tommy was going to have a difficult struggle, he said the more he looks into both the fighters' styles and techniques, the more he leans towards siding with Paul. He also said that it wouldn't be good for Fury if he lost. Don't worry, Josh, it didn't come to that. Isn't it fun when the haters get silenced, just like Barry McGain, who said that Fury may not have received enough education yet. And knowing Paul, he definitely agreed because he was confident it was gonna be easy. He also predicted a win by stoppage, but for the wrong guy. Johnny Nelson said that Jake Paul was not a bad fighter and thus believed that Tommy Fury was gonna lose. He said it was gonna be shocking, but Paul was the only YouTuber who has come to this level. And the last guy on my list who had his prediction wrong was Carl Frampton. He also took, as you know it, Jake's side and said Tommy was levels beneath the problem child. Carl stated that he meant no disrespect, but what he liked about Jake was that he seems to be the guy who wants to win more than Tommy does, and this is to all the bookies who made Tommy the underdog. I feel bad for you, but hey, you have one more try to go. The rematch is allegedly happening, as Paul had a rematch clause in the contract which he could activate if he tastes defeat for the first time in his career, which he did. So with such a large bank, I think everyone's a winner, right? That's all for the pro reactions to the fight.